Chat, we're doing it. We're doing. Ah, never mind. Zhao. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, and thank you everyone for sharing the enthusiasm. Let's have a look at the new killer, the Demogorgon. Hello. Feed him a cookie. No, just kidding. I haven't seen him yet, so it's gonna be my reaction as well.
What?
Wait. The Trapper is the new killer? Oh no. Oh no. Come on, man. Come on. I'm sure it's out of order. Oh, there he is. Difficulty hard. That gets me excited already. A monstrous killer able to absorb the blood energy of his injured foes and then use that energy to transform into a brutal demon. Using his power, Yamaoka's wrath, he can rush down survivors at great speed and deal deadly strikes with his kanabo. Kanabo, of course, is Japanese for bamboo wood, I'm sure. His personal perks: Zanshin Tactics, Blood Echo, and Nemesis provide navigational information, punish injured survivors, and get a better. Yes! That's so amazing! Thank you, Mike. I'm sorry, you're gonna miss all the donations. We're gonna look through his power, look through his perks, then we'll do the same for the survivor. Trappy boy, stand aside. This is the Oni. Oh, Lord. Look at that wooden eye. This is looking hella good. Oh my goodness. Oh, look, he's a chunky boy. He's so big. All right, let's have a look at his. Oh, I love this already. MGC, thank you for the 17 months. Oh, okay. Honoring his family name was never enough for Kazan Yamaoka. He wanted to surpass his father's reputation and end what he saw as the thinning of the samurai culture, with farmers often posing as samurai. His father tried to turn Kazan's attention to more noble pursuits, but Kazan refused to heed his advice, and borrowing his father's katana, he embarked on a dull pilgrimage to prove his worth and rid Japan of imposters. Assassin, thank you so much. I will not be able to keep up. Counter, thank you for your second month as well. Let's keep up with the lower real quick. Then we'll go over the power, then over the perks. But we can already see that he's a normal speed killer with normal terror radius, and he's tall, which we could have figured out. Okay. Ignoring the code that had been taught to him, Kazan killed imposters in the hills and the valleys, on the beaches and in the woodland. The killings were brutal, cruel, and morbid. He humiliated farmers and warriors alike, yanking off their top knots and stripping them off their armor. His rage, bloodlust, and perverse sense of honor knew no bounds. Monks believed he was possessed by something dark and otherworldly and cursed him, while a noble lord began to call him Oni Yamaoka. Oni is like Japanese word for demon, if I'm not mistaken. The rageful samurai, an insult both to Kazan and his family. So it's not the ancestor of the Yamaoka, but one of the ancestors, not the first one. Determined to redeem his family's name, Kazan now butcher anyone who dare call him Oni Yamaoka. Thank you. Thank you, Mimi.
Wow, I won't be able to watch the stream now, but maybe later.
That's fine, we will be recording all of this. Thank you.
But I'll probably watch the VOD and the spotlight.
Also, it's cool. I'm gonna ask you to chill with that again. Thank you, though. I appreciate the sentiment. Let's go. Jesus, just notifications are all over the place. Thank you, Invictus. I'm gonna keep going because you guys are gonna be frustrated if I keep paying attention to everything. Let's go. The insult confused him. He had defeated the best, and he had purified the samurai class by ridding the land of impostors. How could anyone refer to him as an ogre? Had it been because he had marched onto a battlefield to cut down the fiercest warriors? Had it been because he had taken the cannibal and dashed hundreds of skulls with it? Or had it been because of his need to secure a trophy from his victims? It didn't matter. Being called an ogre was more than he could bear, and an ominous voice in his head urged him to strike down the lord who had desecrated his name.
What?
Thank you, Alex. As Kazan made for the Lord's town, he suddenly found himself face to face with a samurai standing on a dirt road, blocking his way. Kazan readied his cannibal. Without a word, the samurai attacked and quickly secured the upper hand, but he hesitated. Hesitation is defeat. With a devastating blow, Kazan crushed the samurai's head and cracked his helmet. As Kazan approached the fallen samurai, he saw his father's face and staggered back to his haunches. His father stared at Kazan with mingled shame and regret as he issued his last breath. Kazan closed his eyes and screamed in agony until he could scream no more. When he opened his eyes again, his father was gone. Not only had he killed his father, but he had allowed thieves to steal his body for armor. Bitter, lost and disillusioned, Kazan roamed the land aimlessly, with his father's voice rattling in his head, taunting him, reminding him of his failures, sending him into fits of uncontrollable black rage. Thank you. Mimo and Bex. Right, Rach. One day, walking in the woods, Kazan happened upon an Oni statue. He stopped and stood motionless for a long moment. The weathered and overgrown statue seemed to be ridiculing him, accusing him of being the impostor samurai he had so desperately sought to destroy. Kazan shook the laughing voice out of his head, and half remembered the lord who had ridiculed him as Oni Yamaoka. With renewed anger, Kazan journeyed a town high up in the snowy mountain. Alright, you fucking bastards. You're doing this on purpose now. Thank you. Thank you so much, though. Thank you. I appreciate it. I might have to mute the notifications if you keep it up, because I want to put this on YouTube for everyone to read, and they're going to fucking kill me in the YouTube comments. I appreciate it, though. Please don't be mistaken. Right. Kazan journeyed to a town up in the snowy mountains where the lord resided. A dozen samurai met Kazan at the gates of the town. A dozen samurai fell to his cannibal. His speed and strength were unmatched. His rage was incomprehensible. Covered in blood and gore, Kazan battled through the town and soon found the lord hiding in a villa. He dragged him out of the cabinet, sliced his tendons to immobilize him, and watched him beg and squirm like a dog. Without hesitation, he thrust his fist into the lord's mouth and yanked out the wicked tongue that had desecrated his name. Holy fuck. Satisfied, Kazan exited the villa to find himself surrounded by dozens of farmers wielding rusted scythes, sharp pitchforks, and heavy clubs. He survived the first few assaults, but there were too many attackers coming from every direction. Within moments, Kazan was on the ground staring at a cold, indifferent, darkening sky as farmers took turns to stabbing him and torturing the Oni, who had butchered their beloved lord. The frenzied mob dragged Kazan into a small stone mill to continue to torture and finally left him to die a slow, agonizing death. When they returned, the mill was filled with a strange black fog, and Kazan's body and the cannibal were nowhere to be found. It was the beginning of a dark legend about the rageful Oni haunting the town. Dun dun dun. Alright, that was long, but worth it. I really like the story. Thank you, Sigurd. Thank you for the 17 billion fucking years, indeed. Alright, the power, Yamaoka's wrath. Ooh, this is interesting. The desire to destroy weaker bloodlines shaped into a literal force. I like that. Yamaoka's wrath. Absorb blood orbs left by your injured foes. Press and hold the power button to absorb blood orbs in the environment and fill your power gauge. When your power gauge is full, press and hold the active ability button, that's control or whichever button, to initiate Blood Fury. While Blood Fury is active, the Oni becomes lethal and gains access to additional abilities. Demon Dash and Demon Strike.
While reading this.
No.
Asterisk.
Special ability. Demon Dash. Press and hold the power button while Blood Fury is active to perform a Demon Dash. This ability allows the Oni to cover large distances rapidly. Sick. Special attack, Demon Strike. Press and hold the attack button while Blood Fury is active to perform a Demon Strike in the direction you are facing. Wait a minute. Attack. Ooh. Okay, so just the normal M1. To perform a Demon Strike in the direction you are facing, Demon Strike has an extended launch range and successful hits immediately put healthy survivors into the dying state. Ooh, so it's a one-shotting killer. Jesus. Right, so get them injured, absorb their blood, then gain a dash, then gain basically a extended lunge Michael Myers tier 3 kind of attack. That's pretty damn sick. Now let's have a look at the perks, shall we? Remember, the perks are unique to him, but then they can be taught to other killers, so...
Hey YouTube shocked face, follow up.
Come on with the $1 donations just to get your name out there. You divas, you. Thank you, though. Zanshin Tactics. Unlocks potential in one's aura reading ability. You are mentally alert and aware of key points on the battlefield. The auras of all pallets and vault locations are revealed to you within 24 meters. When a survivor is damaged, this perk becomes inactive for 40 seconds. Okay, I can see this being somewhat useful. For like a nurse, especially, or someone who will have to deal with lack of information through walls and so on. That's not bad. It's not terrible. Kind of meh. Yeah, it's kind of like Windows of Opportunity, but for killer. We haven't seen the tier 3 of this. I'm guessing that it's going to go 40 seconds, 30 seconds, and 20 seconds. Let's have a look at the scaling. We can actually look at these perks in their highest form here. Okay, so it's not 30. Okay, it's 40, 35, and 30 by the looks of things. Zanshin Tactics. Let's have a look at the next one. Blood Echo. The agony of one is inflicted on others. When hooking a survivor, all other injured survivors suffer from the hemorrhage exhausted status effect until healed, and the exhaustion status effect for 45 seconds. Okay. They need to be injured. That's not bad. On a plane, that's pretty.
On my build.
Ooh. Yeah, on a plague, on a legion. This is another anti-healing. I really like this. I really, really like this. Ooh, 45 seconds where, you know, someone holding the sprint burst who's injured on a gen will not be able to get away from you. That's pretty nice. I like it. I quite like it. What do you guys think of this one? Yeah. I dig it. I don't see it immediately being incredible, but I like it.
I think you closed the door accidentally.
Woohoo! Thank you, Fabrizio, for the 35 months. And now the last one, which is usually the most impactful one. Nemesis. You seek retribution on those who have wronged you. A survivor who blinds you or stuns you using a pallet or a locker becomes your obsession. Anytime a new survivor becomes the obsession, they are affected by the Oblivion status effect for 60 seconds. And the arrow is shown to you for 4 seconds. Oh my god! This thing with play with your foot! And no one can ever get away from you. Oh, that is disgusting! Oh my god! Oh! And they're oblivious! So if you're Freddy, they literally cannot fucking... Oh, okay. If you're... Okay. Wow. This... Wait! Does that mean that if you're Legion and you stab someone and then chase... Oh my god, hold on. Let's think about this. Legion. We're Legion, right? We get stunned on a pallet by, say, Claudette.
What?
Then we use our ability. Then we stab them. They're oblivious, so they don't have a terror radius, right? So they're gonna go down. They just brought the old Legion back with this one perk. Oh my god. Dewey, thank you so much. Enduring and yeah, that's insane. That's your evil. How did they not think about that? I love this. This perk is amazing. You can also see their aura for 4 seconds, which is really nice. That's so cool. What does Oblivious mean? Oblivious is a new status effect that removes it makes the survivor unaffected by the terror radius. So that means that if someone stuns you and then goes for a hook save, they do not get borrowed time, for example. Or if they're bleeding out from borrowed time or mending or, you know, from feral frenzy, the timer will go down. Anything like chorophobia, like distressing, any terror radius perks are basically ignored because that person just doesn't know, doesn't get the effect of the terror and they don't hear it. So yeah. Anti-synergy with play with your foot though? No, on the contrary. If, like, you chase any one survivor, just, and think about it with Rancor. If at the end of the game, you've killed your obsession and someone stuns you, they become your obsession, you can one-shot them. They cannot stun you or blind you at the end of the game, or you can one-shot them. Oh my god, imagine that. Imagine the cloud that just blinding you at the end of the game and then you just go one more. That's so amazing! What the hell? Oh, I really like this one. And the emotes, I'm sorry, not the emotes, the art for all of them are quite incredible. Not to mention epic pig chases now. Yeah. I don't know. I like it. It's probably going to get nerfed. I hope not. Fuck it. Jesus. Let us have some fun. Can you turn the Oni around? Absolutely. Dun 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 dun. Let's have a look at his cosmetics. Oh, he immediately has frosty eyes. Domestic armor, Yamaoka blade. A long blade that was passed down from one generation to the next. The fabric that protected his flesh and inflamed his ego. The cruel, disciplined warrior who strove to bring purity to the samurai by exterminating the impostor samurai within its ranks. Interesting. Hey, who was that? Look at us, thank you. Let's see if there's cosmetics in the shop. Doesn't seem like the case. Okay, now we get to see him properly. That, I think, by the way, is the weapon, what was it called? The Manabo? Something? Yeah, it's this huge club. Oh, thank you so much, Zol and JM Rocket. Thank you so much. Let's go and see the survivor. But yeah, this one of the perks seems like a nice beginner perk that maybe has some place in some advanced builds, but that's cool. But the other two, they seem to have fun synergies, and I like it. I really like it. Let's go see the survivor.
I stubbed my toe real bad. Can you send me good vibes there?
Wisdom save, absolutely. I'm sorry you're going through that tragedy. Let's switch to survivor. Step away, Fang. Where's our new girl? Yukimura! Hey! Thank you so much, Theologus. Thank you again. Wow. Wow, she looks cool. That is her default look. Wow, that's amazing. Let's have a look at her lore. Thank you so much, Legacy. Despite her traditional upbringing, Yuri Kimura raced scooters in her hometown of Hida, where she earned the reputation of being able to do the impossible with very little. Her father did his best to steer her away from what he believed to be masculine pursuits, but her grandmother secretly shared her grandfather's engineer manuals and note cars and motorcycle engines. Yuri read her grandfather's manuals and learned fast. She was able not only to maintain her scooter, but she modified the engine so that she could compete with older boys on motocrosses. With her grandfather's good luck Hachimaki is like a headband wrapped around her arm, she raced local boys who, unable to keep up with her, worked together to orchestrate her defeat. No luck for them. Yui outmaneuvered them at every turn and became a sensation to all her friends. When it came time to apply for school, Yui gathered her courage and confessed her ambition to race motorcycles to her father. An altercation ensued.
You waifu.
Absolutely. To raise mother and her father. An altercation ensued, and when Yui refused to apply for a proper education, her father felt a great shame and told her she was no longer welcome in their home. With a heavy heart, Yui left for Nagoya with her blessings and savings of her grandmother. Nagoya was not what Yui expected. She could only find low-grade clerical work or minor jobs as a hostess. With the last of the money her grandmother gave her, she purchased a racing bike and entered illegal street races where she won more money than she ever had seen. Rumors of her courage and quick reflexes spread like wildfire. Soon she had an official retinue of women motorcyclists wearing Yui's signature spinks. Along with a gang of following her, Yui realized she had a stalker following her in the shadows. When Yui realized her lucky handkerchief had been stolen from her apartment, she took her concerns to the police, who laughed and dismissed her, saying her stalker was probably a nice guy and that she should probably marry him in the near future. Damn patriarchy. That's horrible. One evening, Yui returned home to find a stalker in her apartment going through her things. He hadn't seen her, and she wasn't sure that what she should do. But the sight of him going through her clothes was too much to bear. She yelled at him for him to leave. The stalker turned to her with a knife. He lunged at her. She evaded his attack, and he hit the wall and dropped his knife. Without hesitation, Yui tackled him. They rolled over the ground, exchanging desperate blows. Yui took more than blows than she had ever experienced racing scooters in Shirakawa. With a surge of adrenaline, she managed to overpower her stalker, snatching the knife from the floor and holding the razor-sharp blade to his neck. When the police reached the apartment, they took him away and rushed Yui to the hospital for trauma. X-rays revealed she had broken her arm and foot in several places. It wasn't long before the gang showed up one by one. Together, they helped her pay her medical bills. Rehabilitation was difficult, but Yui never gave up. And with the support of her gang, she was ready for the races. Yui's first race after the attack, her gang presented her. Sorry, that's a bit of a strange sentence. Yui's first race after the gang, her gang presented her with a new pink hachimaki with their signature and good luck messages written all over it. Yui vowed she would help other women with her winnings and influence. True to her word, her gang became known as the Sakura 7 Gang, and they wore pink hachimakis as a symbol of unity and support for women needing help from stalkers and abusers. The Sakura 7 grew beyond the 7 members, and Yui's signature pink became synonymous with a woman's empowerment. At street races, women would line up in droves to support her. After winning 7 straight races in a row, she attracted the attention of a sponsor. She not only would not only earn a spot at the All Japan Motor Championships, but was the youngest woman to race and win the prestigious event. Her sponsorship soon tripled. So too did her gang. But everything came to a staggering halt at the illegal TK3, Tokyo Kick 3000 street races. Yui was leading the race until she entered a natural fog that seemed to have appeared from nowhere. Baffled and confused, she stopped her bike and dismounted. It wasn't long before she realized she wasn't in Tokyo anymore. If you watch the reveal trailer that they did, I think that's what they show when she gets to the fog. Now let's have a look at her perks. Interesting story though, I like it. Lucky Break. Hey, you know what? Let's have a look at them at their strongest, shall we? Thank you, by the way, for all the donations, you bitches. Let's go. Lucky Break. You've had your share of scraps scrapes, and bruises. But luck's always on your side. By the way, forgive me for all the pronunciations. Lucky Break activates anytime you are injured. You won't leave trails of blood for a total of 3 minutes.
What?
What? That's amazing, dude. Lucky Break is permanently activated for the remainder of the trial. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought he activated every time. That's fucking sick, dude. Iron Will at this, and good luck catching anyone. That's 3 minutes is a long fucking time. I'm glad. I'm glad. 2 good perk. Yeah, sure. I like it. I dig it. 100%. Any means necessary. You stand up for yourself using whatever's on hand to gain an advantage. Press and hold the active ability for 3 seconds while standing beside a drop pallet to reset it to its upright position! Ah! Okay, that's fine. Only... It's okay. Just break the pallet. Just break the pallet. It's okay. Just break the... Okay, that's actually really sick. That's not bad at all. It's a good perk, but I like it. Just break the pallet. Just break the pallet. It's all right. Just break the pallet. Just break the pallet. If it's broken, it doesn't work until they patch it next week. Let's have a look at the last one. Breakout. Not breakdown. Breakout. You kick into high gear when someone's in trouble. When within 6 meters of a carried survivor, you gain the haste status effect, moving at 7% increased speed.
Just made the last 2 points of No Mither obsolete. GG.
Yeah, team, you're right. No Mither on Suicide Watch at the moment. I really like this. Holy shit, this is a fuck you killer. With agitation, you're never catching me. So basically, as long as whenever you're around someone carrying a survivor, you're faster, which is cool, and the survivor escapes quicker, which is also very cool. Dude, these perks are great. What? Middle one, OP. Second one is a survivor friend's dream. Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit annoying, maybe, but it's not like 70. Yeah, no, these are all perks that you have to look out for. You have to look out for, no blood. You have to look out for pallets being reset. You have to look out. It's gonna be stressful for killer, but it's a challenge that I hope is welcome. And here you have to look out for people running this perk. I'm sure that when they come in contact, you'll have a little icon like boil over, letting you know that they have breakout. All right. Well, that about covers the entirety of the perks. Now we'll just have to. Obviously, the survivor's not gonna have any new tricks. We'll have to play killer. Thank you, Maxi. We'll have to play killer and see just how his power works. Now, give me just a second, boys.
What?